I have something very special today. Only 5,000 bottles were made. It's a blend of 20-year-old bourbons. It's from Widow Jane. Is it worth the $500 MSRP? Well, we're about to find out. Let's go. Welcome back to Old Fashioned Ways. Now, I was super lucky and I was able to grab one of these special releases of a 20-year-old blend of straight bourbon whiskey. Its MSRP is $500, but what will it go for on secondary? Will it be worth the $500 or whatever it does go on for secondary? Well, I'm going to try to answer that question now. But let's open this up, give myself a pour, and let that breathe as we talk a little bit about this bottle. Ooh, nice bottle pop. Ooh, that just smells really good. I'm going to put that over here for a second. This Widow Jane Black Opal 20-year bourbon whiskey is an extraordinary expression of distiller's art, showcasing the depth and complexity that can only be achieved through extended aging. This 20-year-old bourbon is a testament to patience and the meticulous craftsmanship, embodying the rich heritage and high standards of Widow Jane Distillery. Crafted in the heart of Brooklyn, New York, Widow Jane Black Opal is selected from the finest barrels, each one contributing to the bourbon's exceptional character. The name Black Opal reflects the rarity and beauty of this bourbon, much like the precious gemstones that it's named after. This release is particularly special as it represents one of the oldest and most refined bourbons in Widow Jane's portfolio. Black Opal's 2024 release is a rare unearthing of Widow Jane's oldest whiskey. Black Opal is an artful blend of rare whiskey, each aged for a minimum of 20 years. They proof Black Opal with their own limestone water from the legendary Rosendale mines of New York. This hard yet sweet water delivers a lavish mouthfeel and long finish. Only 5,000 bottles were made. As always, anytime I do a review, I will do a giveaway. So stay tuned to find out how you can win a sample of this artful blend of rare whiskeys aged 20 years. Time to get into the bottle details. Bottle details. Widow Jane Black Opus, aged 20 years. Classification, straight bourbon whiskey. Distillery, bottled by Widow Jane. Release date, October 2024. Proof on this is 99% proof, making it 49.5% ABV. Aged 20-year-old Kentucky and Tennessee source bourbon. Finish, Mizunara. Mashbill, none stated and I couldn't find any. MSRP, $500. So anytime I do a review, I do a scoring of 1 to 10 on aroma, flavors, complexity, mouthfeel, finish, and would I buy again? All right, time to get into the fun part. Having a sip of this bad boy. I put it in my buddy's cup, your drinking buddy. I know he would love to have a taste of this. For being aged 20 years, it's actually a little bit lighter than I thought it would be. Maybe because they water it down to that 99 proof, making it a little bit lighter, but it is a good amber color, that yellow dark amber. So not a bad color. Let's see, how does it stick to this glass here? It sticks pretty well. It does run a little bit quicker than I thought it would, but that's probably because of its proof. A lot of times higher proofs tend to stick to the glass a little bit longer. So let's go in for that first part. Let's go in for the aroma. Ooh. A little spicy on the nose. It's taking me a little while to kind of get used to it. There is a little bit of a smokiness to this. You do taste you do smell. I'm ready to taste it, that's why. You do get that vanilla smell that you get with a lot of these. It's a little bit darker. A little bit of fruitiness in the background there. That smokiness, there's a smokiness in here that actually stays and takes up a lot of what you're initially smelling and kind of overpowers the nose. But it's a little bit spicy in the nose. So for that, not too impressive. I'm not that impressed on this nose. I was expecting a little bit more. I think it's because of the proof. So I'm gonna give that a 6. All right, flavors, that initial taste. I'm pretty excited about this one. A little bit spicier. So that spice from the nose does come onto the tongue. You get some darkness. That age is there. You do taste that initially. You taste like some nuttiness in the background, some like a dark molasses in there. Some of that smokiness kind of tastes like a little bit of burntness in there. And there's a nice little texture to it as well, but we'll get into that in a little while. The taste, it hits you pretty good. It hits you pretty hard up front with that spice. I'm hoping as I go through this, I'll be able to pick up more, but there's a lot of spice in there, and that smokiness and some of that darkness kind of overpowers it really quickly, but there's a lot of initial flavor. I just couldn't distinguish all of it, but it is my first drink of the night as well. So for initial taste, I'm gonna give that a 7. So for the second one, complexity, let's see, how does this evolve on the tongue? Now, I've only had a few Widow Jane products. The few I've not been, Widow Jane hasn't been high on my list of things to try. It's a little bit pricey sometimes, but complexity on this. So I was saying that because I can't compare it to how normal, like a normal bottle of Widow Jane tastes. But complexity on this, it does go through a few things. You get some, so you get that darkness and that smokiness is there. The spiciness is still there. You get to, it's a lot of flavor, and it stays, and then it starts fading. It goes through a dark, like that spice to a dark, to like a dark molasses, to a little bit of nuttiness, and it just kind of keeps going. I'm really gonna have to get into this, into my next drink before I can actually break that down more. So I'm gonna give that a 6.5. So we're on mouthfeel, thickness and viscosity, right? Thickness and viscosity on this. The spice is less. That smokiness, there's a smokiness that's like a burnt smokiness that's there. And that kind of coats the mid palate a lot. And that's where the predominant taste is that. It's not bad, but it doesn't allow all the other stuff to kind of stand out as much. That just kind of takes over. But we're talking about mouthfeel, thickness and viscosity. Now, for being 99 proof, it sticks to the mid and the tip of the tongue pretty well. It doesn't stick to the back of the tongue. And there's a little bit of that, like I should call it, I guess, a New York hug in the back. And I barely got that on this one. The first ones I did have on the tongue, but this is the first time I start feeling the back of the throat as well. So thickness and viscosity, there's some buttery texture to it. It's not very viscous. I really think that a lot of that thickness and viscosity was taken away by them watering it down. Why they went to 99 proof and not maybe like 100, 110? I'm not too sure. I think they would have been better stated there and maybe a little bit more flavors. But, you know, I didn't taste this all the way through, so I couldn't tell you that, right? I don't know why they chose that. So, actually, for thickness and viscosity, I'm going to give that a 6.5. Finish. How does it stay on the tongue? So, still a little bit of that spiciness, still that burntness, still that nuttiness. You get that nut in there. It stays. It hits you up front, and it's pretty strong flavor up front. I mean, it really hits that palate pretty quickly and overdoes it. And that burnt taste kind of just stays there. It stays. It finishes. It has some flavor from the first drink to the last. It hasn't left. Like it's there. And then as it starts to fade, it doesn't fade very quickly and it stays there. So I actually, for a 99 proof, I'm surprised at how long it's staying on the tongue. So for that finish, I'm actually going to give that a 7.5. Would I buy again? Would I buy again? Would I buy again? At $500 MSRP, I would not. I would not buy again. I really want to do this and taste it to, like with Widow Jane, one of their, maybe their, what is it, their 13 year, their Decadence, and compare it to all those. Because I feel like this is kind of in that range. I haven't had enough of those to compare it to. That's why I need to do it again and taste all of them together and see how much this more stands out. But this is not something to me that just, wow. I mean, it's 20-year-old bourbon. I want more from it. You're paying $500 minimum MSRP. You're probably going to be paying a lot more than that secondary. I want more from it. It didn't live up to my expectation. I was super excited that I was able to get this and get this at a really good price. And I'm glad I only paid what I paid for it. But I would not buy again. Even if I found out MSRP, I would not buy again. I wouldn't even pay $300 for this bottle, to be honest. And I'm not saying that to be mean. That's just me, my palate right now, and what I would be willing to pay for it. So no, and I'm actually going to give that a 3. This up, and I'm giving you my thoughts on this in my final tally, right? HRH is here, so pouring a little bit extra because I know she's going to want a drink of that. So my total on this is 36.5 out of 60. This is a $500 MSRP bottle. This should be in the 50 marks. This should be higher. And it wasn't. It didn't hit that for me today on my palate. Now, you know, some people believe I just opened the bottle and I did the neck pour, and there's things to that, right? And actually my buddy, I think, believes in the neck pour. So maybe it's something I need to come back to and try again. But at this point, I was actually disappointed. If I saw this on the shelf, I would just leave it on the shelf. I wouldn't pay $500 for it. As I said, I wouldn't pay $300 for it. It's not something that I would go after again and be willing to pay that amount of money for. So that's my thoughts. That's my thoughts on it. I do want to do this against some of the other ones. I am going to try to blind this and figure that out. After all that, let's talk about how you can win a sample. I mean, it is a $500 bottle. It's only 5,000 of these bottles made, and it's going to be a little bit difficult to grab some. So this might be a way to be able to taste this and not have to spend that kind of money on it as well. So first of all, if you like these videos, please click on that like button. It really helps me. Also, while you're there, just right next to it, click on that notification bell. If you click on that notification bell, you won't miss any of my upcoming. And please subscribe if you haven't. I'm trying to get to 2,222 subscribers. And when I do, it's gonna be a fun giveaway. I might even do something out of 2,000 just to kind of give us, because that's a big mile marker for me. So I'll probably do something with that as well. But I'm trying to get up there. Now, also in the comments, which is your favorite Mizunara finished whiskey? You know what? I forgot this was even finished in Mizunara. I didn't really taste that in there. I'm gonna compare this. That might be a good blind to compare it to. Wow. Made me start thinking about that. Anyways, also in the comments below, put in hashtag Black Opal. Thank you again for joining me on another journey down my whiskey rabbit hole. To our next journey, my friends. Cheers.